And welcome everyone to our latest podcast. Today we have Engin with Pirate's Journey here to talk with us about the game. And it's actually pretty exciting to have you on because I personally actually found your game while just randomly looking about Steam, and then I realized, oh, we're actually doing a podcast with you. So that yeah, that's great in my opinion. How are you today, Engin?
I'm fine. Well, my name is Bora, and I'm here for Engin, Mr. Engin.
Awesome. And I'm so sorry. What's your? I was going by your Discord name. What's your actual name again?
Bora, and
Bora.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make
Uh,
sure I had the right. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I am here for the Mr. Engin, and he's our CEO, and I am the product manager of the game. That's it, actually.
Alrighty. Well, we're very happy to have you on. What I am going to do is for everyone who's currently listening live and can see the stage chat, I am going to post the Steam page for the game. So in case there's anyone who's not familiar, they can check that out. And yeah, so yeah, I and doing these podcasts has kind of gotten me into looking into the niche pirate games that are coming out, and I definitely can't wait to kind of get my hands on this game and just kind of looking through your I was kind of looking through the store page and earlier, and it's I like the idea of like raiding enemy factions, capturing bases and whatnot, and just like kind of sounds like there's a little bit of exploration with like it
Yeah,
says solving mysteries of the island and surrounding seas. You want to get into any of that?
yeah. Okay. Let me just start with the basics of the game. You're a pirates captain, and you have a crew, and you crash into an island, and then you start to build your colony in that island. And as you said, the first you survive in that island, then you build your colony, and then you raid the other factions, then they raid you, and so this is a basic explanation of the pirate's journey, actually.
Yeah, and the graphics certainly look great. It and if you don't mind me asking, and I believe I know the answer to this, but I was just curious, and I just wanted to make sure. What engine is this game running in?
Oh, we use Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's what it kind of looked like, and it
yeah,
looks great. From
yeah.
all
That's
the
great.
screenshots I'm seeing, and I also watched the trailer and whatnot. Um, and and yeah, so and and I'm just curious, and I know this is going to be like kind of early access to start off with, but one I actually have
Yeah.
a couple of questions personally for the game, just because I stumbled across it, and I was kind of wondering. Basically, the first kind of point in the about this game is saying like set up your camp and expand. How extensive do you plan on making like the building system for like building up your colony?
So and basically, you have your crew, and you build your own. You can build your own house, a custom house, and as you wish. Then you have the NPCs. They have each different unique work to do. If you want to basically just build a chair, you need to make sure you have the man who has that skills to build a chair, and so you build a place to craft the needed things in the game. And it's actually basically like this, yeah. So it's like you build blacksmith, carpenter with your crib. Um, yeah, actually, it's like that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, yeah, and I know over time, it'll certainly expand as well. So just a reminder, like DH said in the chat, anyone, you guys can start asking questions in chat, and we're gonna read off some of these questions. That way, that way everyone has their that way everyone can kind of have their questions answered about the game. And actually, I think we should just get right into it. We have Tim Mora saying, "Can you host your own server so friends can come and go from the game you start, or basically how's the server system going to work?"
It's a co-op game. So you host your game. You play with your friends like a co-op game.
Okay, gotcha,
It's not based on a server. You host your game.
gotcha. Yeah, no, that's cool. It that makes me that kind of makes me think of like Raft, for example. At least the way I've played, it's always been someone hosting a game, and then everyone joins it. Um, and then next next question is Captain Flynn. How many players can be in one group, and how many groups can be on the island at the same time?
So it's like four friends you can friend. You can play with your friends. Then it will be one group of player in the one island. The other one, the other enemies, not the real player. They are the NPCs.
So it's and I was just curious. So this is going to be more like play like you collaborate with your friends
Yes,
against things in the world, or is it going to be PvP or
no PvP. Just you and your friends and exploring the islands and building your colony, building your custom houses, and mm, then improve your crew.
gotcha? Yeah, no, I actually kind of like that concept myself. Sorry, I was just adjusting something for my recording purposes. But let's move on to the next question. Can you sail around the island with a raft or a boat?
Yeah, we are going to add this uh, feature in the game as soon as possible. We hope before the game release or after real release as soon as possible. But there will be a ship. Then you will explore the other islands, other small, big islands. Then there will be again other factions in different islands, and you will be in a fight with them.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely personally, I'm a big exploration guy myself when it comes to these games, so I always like any sort of exploration aspect. Um, and looks like one person put in with three questions, so we'll go through them one by one. How long has the game been in development so far?
So it's like 18th month actually. We Yeah, it's 18 months.
Alrighty.
Eight,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
18th month.
Alrighty. Awesome. Yeah, and then did you guys get inspiration from other survival type games? Like, if so, which ones? Because according to this person, they feel some medieval dynasty vibes.
Uh, there are similar features with medieval dynasty, but we are more uh, different than the medieval actually. So basically, it's like a pirate game, and you do the more different thing in the game actually. So you explore you explore the islands, explore the other islands, and uh, there are different factions. You get in a fight with them, you raid, and then they raid. So it makes more unique the Pirates of Journey. It's
Uh,
like more like a sunken lands actually.
awesome. Yeah, no, and then the last question they had in that message was, will there exist possibility of traveling through the sea, maybe with boats or bigger ships? I assume they're just kind of asking like, just will there be like larger scale exploration?
Yeah, we working on that actually. You can you will be you will be traveling in the sea, and you will explore the different islands in the game, and there will be different boats in the game. The smaller ones actually you will be get a smaller ship than you get a bigger one.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely, you know, I think any detail of the ship system will be awesome in my opinion too. And like and all of and I really like how it seems like there's so many good pirate games launching recently. I'll get more into that point later once we've answered more of the questions. But another person exploring me asks, will it have taverns with music?
So we actually, yeah, we want to add this musics with early access actually. Uh, yeah, we want to add the game tavern musics in early access.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, definitely. And Yeah, music always helps to set up a proper atmosphere, so definitely good to be on top of that. Then looks like we have another question from looks like hold on, the username isn't loading for me. Oh, sorry, I was experiencing a bit of lag on my end. Another question from Lucas. Will there be NPCs available to help with the island's tasks, or just hosting other players? And it sounded like you said there would be NPCs already.
So actually, the crew who is a player or a NPC can help our island task. So that's a yes. The NPCs will help in our task. So it's like there will be a blacksmith task, and one of our uh, people can help us in this blacksmith task, or there will be a carpenter task, and there will be a many action based tasks, and they will just grab their swords and guns, and they will join to fight.
Awesome. Is there going to be any kind of trading in the game?
Actually, not in the early access, but we are planning the, the trading. But we will release this trading system in the full game actually.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, yeah, no, and yeah, no, I think from everything I'm seeing so far already, it's already looking like it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, cool thing about early access is you get to see as all the features get added and whatnot. And that's just cool to me personally. And
Thank you.
and I'm so sorry. I don't think I said that question was by DH. And then Tim Mora was asking. So will there be naval encounters and fights as well?
Not not now actually. Yeah, as I said, but we actually plan to add in early access.
Okay, so it's going to be more like you sail to other places, and it's going to be like land-based combat until you add later the ship-based combat. Then, correct?
Yeah, so firstly, we released the game with a land-based combat. Then we add this feature, the sea-based combat, after after the early access, actually.
Okay, awesome. And then a couple questions by DH. What inspired you to create a pirate-themed cooperative game?
To actually, there are very different games in the store, and different survival games, different pirate games, and different sea-based creep. And we thought that if you mix these features, that will be a great game. Then we inspired with that idea, and we started the old game.
Awesome. So far, what have been some of the biggest challenges that you faced during the development of the game?
So it's like some software engineering problems. So very specifically, getting an input cable import sometimes with low latency, and making some efficient algorithms. Uh, so basically, and the more specific, it's developing a gun. 7th century's guns are more uh, difficult to develop with in software engineering actually. So basically, developing a gun, it's more hard to develop. Blunderbuss.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, actually, kind of one question we did get from Lucas is, will there be some type of mythological or kind of fantasy character, or will the entire aesthetics of the game try to be realistic without that type of content? Basically, like, to what degree are you going to go beyond what's realistic?
So all so, so here will be 1699, and and the game will be more realistic game features, not mythological or fantastic characters. All will be are realistic characters, like real pirates, and we try to work to make the game more realistic, and the content of the type of the game, sorry, and will be a realistic pirate game, not like a simulator. and like a action, uh, like sorry, it's like action building, and all the feature of the game will be a realistic one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it definitely is nice to have a realistic game too because some games I think feel like they have to have the mythological aspect, whereas it's kind of cool to see stuff that's rooted a bit more in I guess realism as well. So another question from DH: will the game feature a storyline of some kind at any point?
Yes, but I don't actually give you a spoiler, and this I don't want to spoiler the story, the game for you. But there will be a mysterious, uh, like what can I explain?
So like it'll have lore through the mysteries.
It's like a sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
There will be a treasure actually. So mainly, you will try to find the Aztec treasure. And it will be a very
Okay.
the treasure will be in the islands, and so it's like a Aztec treasure. Yeah, I like that actually. Sorry.
Oh no, I was yeah, no, that sounds really cool, and I think I think kind of telling a story through like the treasures you get is kind of cool too. It reminds me in a way of like games like Tomb Raider and stuff. So any system like that is always welcome as well. Um, we have a question from Exploring and Me, and I think we can kind of expand this out to a little bit broader of a question as well. They said maybe a weird question, but will you be able to create a fat character? So basically, like to what degree can you customize your character?
Not now actually. Just and so in early access, there will be no custom character. And actually, we thinking about details of the creating a custom character, but it will be a fully released feature in the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that so far we've gotten some really good questions. So thank you guys who are asking questions. And then another question from Lucas is how many people are currently actively working on the development of the game?
So we are 8 people, so all of our are software engineers. It's like that actually.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, I mean that's actually a pretty good sized team. For smaller studio, smaller project, and yeah, I'm definitely excited to see that. And then DH actually brought up a question in chat. Where's the development team based?
So we are in Turkey, Istanbul.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, no, yeah, that's pretty cool. As far as I'm aware, I think you guys are the first people from Turkey we've had on the podcast, so that's cool. Um,
That's nice. Thank you.
yeah, no, I just like having different people from different areas. That's one thing I really like about doing these podcasts is just getting to talk to people from different areas and different places you'd never normally talk to people from. It's kind of funny, kind of a bit of a running joke, at least here. Is it seems like I'm one of the very few active Americans on this server, but everyone else is like European or some degree, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, no, it's definitely yeah. and there are and it's really cool seeing all these indie projects like I think if you're into indie games right now, like it's just especially like indie pirate games or whatnot. There's going to be a lot of good options this year. Like we've interviewed a few people who have projects that are releasing this year, and for a lot of like pirate games and whatnot. And we're personally, I'm really excited to see what this year holds in terms of the indie game scene. So, and I'm very excited to see your guys' contributions because from everything you're saying and everything I've seen on the trailer, it looks great so far. So, I'm pretty excited. And and then looks like DH has another question. And I think you kind of answered this already with you saying you wanted to go with realism, but how important was historical accuracy in the design of your game's world and characters?
So in the game content will be it's like 70% will be historical content.
Okay, so yeah, historical
So
accuracy is
the other 30% will be it's like a more fictional. So
gotcha.
basically, the island will be a fictional island, but the guns and the lifestyle of the game, so it will be a more realistic, historical.
Awesome. Yeah, and looks like we have another question from Lucas. And I think because there have been a couple other indie projects recently that have had delays. So Lucas was asking, will the current release date on Steam be be strictly followed? Like, are you guys going to be is it going to be ready for early access release on January 22nd? Especially since it's a pretty close date, just due to the other indie delays that have been happening.
There will be no delay for the game, so we will release the game exactly same dates we we expressed in the store actually.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and then and I'll just ask these next two questions kind of back to back here. DH was asking if you could show off some live gameplay or some content from the game for everyone here, and then Tim
So,
Morrow was asking if you can rename settlements.
so let me just give you a link. So okay, 1 minute. Oh, okay, tomorrow. So yeah, we will we can name our settlement in the game. I'm just trying to give you a gameplay video.
Awesome. Yeah, nah, I personally I'm all for any sort of customization and whatnot. So that's good to hear. You can rename settlements and whatnot. That's pretty cool. I always like to. I know in our build mod, I one thing I like when you capture the colonies is how you can rename them and whatnot. So
Okay. So the Kaisen is a YouTuber and is our one of our friends. You can watch the video.
alrighty. For everyone who's
I
currently actively listening, he did post the video in the chat for the stage channel.
okay. So it's actually a outdated version of the game. but you will see the main feature of the games in that video. But when we release the game, you guys will see the new features that we added to the game.
Okay, yeah. Funny enough, I think now that I think about it, I think that video coming up on my YouTube recommended is what actually kind of keyed me into your game, and then it also popped up in my Steam Discovery, and I think that's why I became slightly familiar with your project. Is a combination of seeing that along with you guys popping up in my Steam Discovery. So yeah, no, that's cool that you definitely have. They have some other YouTubers already kind of going into the game and whatnot. Um, and and then DH was asking, did you uh, did you compose some or any of the music in the game yourself?
No, we didn't yet compose or music. No.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's yeah, no, there's plenty. There's so much music out there. I think I think you can use any sort of music you want, honestly, so long as it's all about how you place it and where you use it and whatnot, and just kind of the whole sound design and how you set everything up. I personally, I think that's that's really the important thing, and yeah, no,
Actually, we hired artists for the visualization and the musics for the game, and we plan to uh, that all the features of the game will be customized things like you'll be uh, customize more of the things in the game, but it will be after the release actually in yours. So if we plan to uh, develop the game to a point that the things in the game will be more customizable actually, but it will be in the uh, after the releasing the full game actually.
awesome. Yeah, nah, like I said, any sort of I think that's what gives longevity to games too is any sort of customization or anything you can do to the game or to the world or whatnot. The more sandboxy it is, the more it helps a game's lifespan, in my opinion. So that's cool to hear. There'll be some customization in that regard later. And um, Captain Flint was asking, will the player's ultimate goal be to leave the island, or will it be to like set up a colony on the island and then take over other colonies? What'll be the ultimate goal of the game?
So ultimate goal is actually the fighting with the other factions actually uh, to destroy the other factions. So that's the ultimate goal of the game, not living or not just building things.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
So
and
it's like it will be a 15 hours gameplay to but it will be a minimum play time for the fighting with the different the two other factions.
awesome. And Tim Morrow was actually just asking, so do new factions appear after you destroy one, or are there only going to be a set amount of factions, or will new ones dynamically appear?
So actually, just there will three factions in the game maximum. So if you destroy the one faction, There will not be coming a new faction in the game.
Alrighty. Yeah, no, I and actually one question I just thought of that I have personally, is there going to be any sort of lore behind the factions? Like, is there going to be is there going to be anything you can discover about the factions? Like, do they have any sort of lore or story behind them?
So yeah, there will be pirate captains in the game. So basically, there will be a mini boss captain, and there will be a more powerful pirate captain in the game, and it- it's like will be a pyramids. So you start from the bottom, and you destroy the little bosses, little pirates, and you then climb to uh, the highest point of the pyramid, actually, like that.
Cool. Yeah. Then DH had another question. How big can your base become? Can it span the entire island that you start off on?
That will be very big to. So there is a very big place to expand in the game. So just cut the woods, and you get in the forest and collect some woods. Then you will expand your community then to the very very how can I explain, um, very so it will be a very big colony end of the game, actually.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I think being able to make a big colony will be kind of a almost like an important thing of the game because like I always like the idea of like kind of building a big town or colony or something just to say just kind of almost like to feel like you've accomplished that and then use that as like your base of operations for getting at the other factions or whatnot. That'll be really cool and I'm sure there will be things to make it even more expansive as time goes on as well. So yeah, no, I'm really excited to hear about that. And yeah, another question by DH is there anything in regards to the story which takes you underground or into caves or anything like that?
Yeah, there will be caves and mines in the game, so you can get uh, spatial rocks in the game. But there will be many caves in the islands, but it's like so it will be a part of the actions uh, civilization. So there
Okay,
will be artifacts in that caves. So, but it's a part of the storyline. So I don't want to spoil the story. But there will be caves in the island.
okay, cool. So it'll tie into the story as well. That's awesome. I think that's a great way to use caves. So yeah, and yeah, definitely. Um, Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited about that too. That actually sounds like a pretty neat feature. Then Lucas was asking, he saw the Steam images that there's some kind of treasure map. How do you get a treasure map in the game?
Oh, in the game. So you will find the parts of these maps in the caves, actually.
Okay,
Not just the caves in the many parts of the island. Maybe you just dig some sand, or maybe it's will be in the enemy factions buildings, like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's kind of cool. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, some of the treasure map features I'm sure will be really cool to check out, and like I said, just ties into the general interest in exploration and whatnot. Um, and then Tim Morrow was asking, how does the gameplay of this compare to Age of Conan, for example? I assume he's referring to something like Conan Exiles. Um, he said it seems similar.
But it's actually, uh, but it's more similar with the medieval dynasty actually. But and again, it's different from the medieval dynasty.
Okay, cool. And yeah, he said he plays that too. So yeah, and yeah, and now I'm slightly curious to check out Medieval Dynasty because I actually yeah, I'm curious since it's your game has been compared to that a couple of times now. Um, but but yeah, nah, it's just looking through the screenshots of the game as well. Like, there's definitely looks like there's some good survival mechanics as well. It's like
Yeah,
thirst,
sure.
hunger, and um, beyond thirst, hunger, and general health. Like along with stamina, are there any other survival aspects you plan on implementing in game?
I don't know. Just there will be the three of the uh, yeah, just as you see,
Yeah.
hungry, stamina, like that.
Lucas was asking, will there be like illness or sickness in the game or anything like that?
So there is no getting any sickness in the game right now, but we will add this feature in the game.
Okay, so you add them at some point, but just not initially. Yeah, no, that's but yeah. So so yeah, and just a reminder, anyone can come forward with any questions they have about the project. Oh, sorry. Okay, that was weird. There's something that. Okay, there we go. Sorry, just had a little bit of a technical difficulty there. Um, and yeah, so just a reminder, anyone can ask any sort of question that they want. We do, and just a reminder as well to anyone who hasn't checked out the game's trailer. If you scroll back up to the top of the stage chat, I did post the Steam store page for the game as well. Um, and exploring and me was asking, are there going to be different to what degree are there going to be different weapons or varieties of weapons in the game?
There will be different weapons in the game. So it's like a pistol and musket and rifle and blunderbuss. Uh, and there will be a sword in the game. So there will be many different weapons in the game.
Okay. So will the weapons be tied to like individual factions or cultures at all?
Sorry, I didn't get.
Oh, I was just saying, any of the weapons be tied to like certain factions or certain like are there any going to be any faction specific weapons?
Yeah, yes, there will be a specific. So actually, there will be a specific swords for the different factions. So if you fight with a different faction enemy, they will carry a different sword. Actually,
Alrighty, awesome. Are there going and DH came with a question? Are there going to be any animals in the game?
yes, there will be a wildlife in the game. So it's like crocodiles and the chickens or a hippos. And it's like that actually.
Cool. Yeah, and I imagine since there's a hunger mechanic to the game as well, what? And this is a question I have personally. Will you be able to like farm chickens and stuff like that to help with hunger and whatnot?
Sorry, I didn't catch.
You'd mentioned there were going to be chickens in the game, and I was just asking, since there is a hunger mechanic in the game, will you be able to farm or raise chickens to help with food?
No, it's just it will be the visual things. You don't use any chicken in the game, so it's more like you will interact with more like a wildlife. So you don't use the chicken, but there will be farming in the game.
Okay.
So maybe uh, one of your crew member will be farming in the game.
Okay, and then Xana was asking, what's the difficulty curve of the game? Is it difficult to start and it becomes progressively easier, or is it easy to start and then becomes more difficult? How does difficulty work in the game?
Oh, it will be an easy game actually, and beginning of the end, it will be an easy game. To it will be playable for everyone.
Alrighty, awesome. Yeah, no, it's definitely nice to have games that people can just kind of pick up and go with. I definitely hear you there. And then DH was asking, and this kind of goes into what we were tapping into a little bit of farming. What are going to be the options in terms of like food? Like, is it only going to be fruits and vegetables, or what? Or will you be able to fish or farm, or what will the food options be like generally?
So you can eat animals like a crocodile. There will be a crocodile meat and many fruits and honey and potato and carrots. And so basically, I said there will be a field to grow the vegetables and fruits, and then you can get the meat from the wildlife.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and I guess one question I have is in terms of like the meat, and you mentioned there's going to be farming. Are there going to be any sort of cooking mechanics, like in terms of cooking any of the vegetables or meat or anything like that?
Yeah, it's you can cook the your meal. It's like you get to the your fireplace and you cook your food in the place. Maybe in the beginning of the game it will be a campfire maybe, and you cook your meal in that place. Then you expand your colony and you build a kitchen, and then you cook your foods in that kitchen, and there will be more complex recipes, and so it's like so it's give you more complex recipes, more stamina, and more health, like that.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely. Yeah, I know that's a lot of like games that have survival aspects, or kind of a survival aspect to them have some sort of cooking system as well. So that's cool to hear you guys have that as well. And just a reminder to chat. We are still taking questions in the stage chat, but yeah, is there anything you want to kind of get into with the game that we haven't gone over so far in any of the questions, or just anything you want to bring up?
uh, no, actually, I think I explained the all of our plans and all our game features. Yeah, it's basically our game, the Pirate's Journey.
Yeah, no, we have yeah, Lucas saying he's looking forward to trying the game. I'm looking forward to trying the game as well, and
Nice
uh,
thing.
and I definitely agree with what Lucas is saying. Nice to see more pirate games coming out, which is what I was kind of saying earlier. So yeah, it's always appreciated when people like your team just come out with these games because the pirate game genre is kind of niche and it's always good to have more games in that space coming out. And people in this chat are already adding the game to their wish list, which
You?
yeah, so just final call for any sort of questions or anything like that. Um, but the one thing I am gonna bring up is basically looks like we might be coming towards the end of the podcast here. So I I did want to kind of say we are actually going to be giving away some keys. DH, I think you said we're going to be giving away 20 keys. I can you is that about how many you said?
Yep, that's correct. 20 keys to the game for Steam when it comes out on the 22nd of January now. So next week, I think, is that.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, just message DH directly if you're wanting a key to the game, and yeah, we'll and just after the podcast, just go ahead and message him, and let him know if you're interested in a key for the game, and yeah, no, it's we've definitely had a good amount of questions today. Definitely thanks to a lot of the people who've been asking the questions. It's it's always great to hear everyone. It's always great to see this level of interaction, and now it's made me more excited for the game and just personally, and I can't wait to check it out. Um, so yeah, if there aren't going to be any other questions, so see one person typing. I just want to make sure we get every. All right, so it's looking like that's probably about the end of the questions. And I even threw in a couple questions of my own as well during that. So yeah, I think it's safe to say for everyone here, we're really excited to see this game, and I can't wait to kind of put my hands on it. Oh, actually, one last question I had, and I just thought of this. I'm so sorry. Um, is there going to be any sort of controller support, like Xbox controller, or no?
No, no, not now.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought of that, and I was just wondering because personally, there are some games I just play with controller on PC, and I know there's some people with that preference as well. But no,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, cool thing about it being on PC is it's easier to rebind keys and whatnot. So yeah, and And actually, I'm sorry. One last question. Is there going to be rebindable keys and whatnot?
Sorry, I didn't get.
Are there going to be are there going to be keys you can rebind on the keyboard? Like if you wanted to rebind like an action key or a movement key or something, set it to
Yeah.
another key.
Yeah. All of the keys, you can rebind the keys in the game.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I just yeah, I think the rebindable keys are more important than controller support in my opinion, because that's what kind of that's you can really you can, because you can customize it so much that way. So yeah, I'm really like I said, I'm really excited for this project. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you, and I'm so glad we've been able to get so many questions answered. And like I said, I can't wait until next week when this game releases. I can see myself messing with it, and I'll try getting a couple of my friends in on it as well. So uh, yeah, and then one and I'm sorry, I promise this will be the last question. I'm coming up with all these questions in my own head now as we're about to leave. Um, but is there once you enter early access, what's going to be the price of the game?
It will be $20.
Okay, yeah, no, that's that's pretty for an early access. That's I'm sorry.
There will be a 25 discount for the releasing the game.
Awesome. No, that's awesome. I think that's a great way to generate hype as you launch. Have like an initial discount. I actually think more games should do that. Where they have a discount when they launch. So I'm actually really happy to hear that you guys are doing that. And that'll definitely be easier to help me get my friends on there as well. Um, but yeah, I wish you guys all the success with this game. And Lucas was just noting, please do take into account like regional prices, because some regions can only afford so much and whatnot. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
there will be a regional price.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's yeah, yeah, because Luke is from Argentina, so and I know Argentina. Argentina's economy sometimes is a little iffy. So, yeah, definitely regional pricing is important. And I think, I think as long as you guys are taking that into account, it'll be all good. But yeah, I think that's all the questions I have at that point. But thank you so much for coming on. Just a reminder, everyone, Pirate's Journey. It is being sold on Steam. Are there any other storefronts you're selling it on as well?
Sorry, I didn't catch.
Oh, I was just saying it is available on Steam, your game, but is your game on any other platforms as well, like Itch or Epic or anything like that?
Just PC. Just PC and Steam. We will be on the Steam store.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, just because sometimes people like having a variety of options, but yeah, no, it's but yeah, Steam is kind of unanimous, so that's or ubiquitous. I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. Um, but but yeah, so it is available on Steam. So I have it. And just a reminder, private message DH for any codes if you're interested in a code for the game. Um, Otherwise, thank you so much for everyone in the audience who came on today, and to Bora and to DA and DH and just everyone. So thank you all for coming on, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us here. We are very proud to talking about our game. Thank you so much again.
I
You're
also want to thank you all one more time. First of all, thank you, Bora, for answering all the questions and having the time to talk to us today. Thank you very much for that. And then, of course, thank you for the audience that you have been here today. And I'm looking forward to putting this podcast on YouTube. So some other people who weren't able to join today live are also going to be able to listen to the podcast and the questions answered.
Alrighty, everyone. Have a good one.
Bye.